back to the Who Are You to Lead Anyway podcast. This is the place where we master the skills we need to navigate leadership and life, and where we dig deep into what it really means to lead, not just others, but ourselves. And if you can hear that beautiful sound in the background, I am literally about 100 meters away from Lake Huron. It just seemed a little too noisy down on the beach to be able to record and give you the quality that I know that you would desire and that you deserve. So I am your host, Cynthia Jamieson. If you are new to me and my work, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so glad you are here. And if you have been with me since the beginning, I am incredibly grateful for your support in tuning in each and every week. Now, over the past year, I have been talking a lot about the changes that are happening around us, whether they're in the workplace or whether in life. I've noticed significant shifts, and you probably have felt them too. So as I've been reflecting, I became curious about why these changes are happening now and what they mean for us as leaders. And so some examples of those changes are when actually it's easier to ask what hasn't changed since the pandemic. So all of those things have changed. Remote workers, like how we work, the way we work, the types of work, mental health challenges, diversity, equity, and inclusion challenges, etc. So those curiosities led me to some exploration, which led me to some unexpected areas, including astrology. And eventually, I stumbled upon something called human design. Now, before you roll your eyes and think, Cynthia, what does this have to do with leadership? I invite you to just hear me out, because I promise there is a reason that I am bringing this up to you and to your attention and your awareness today. If you have been feeling like the ground underneath your feet is shifting and changing, or if you're trying to figure out what's next for you as a leader, this episode is for you. So first, I want to tell you a little bit about what I understand about human design. I will just say, hand on heart, I am not an expert at all. I am a seeker. I am curious about it. I am continually learning. And here's what I've learned so far. It is a tool for understanding yourself on a deeper level. It's like a roadmap that helps you tune into your strengths, your purpose, and how you're wired to operate in the world. Perhaps even the manual you wish you'd received at birth. Like, seriously. I've had conversations with my kids about this. I think I've even talked about that on the podcast before. But I have been using Jenna Zoe's human design chart to guide my own personal exploration. However, I want to emphasize that there are many human design experts, ways of learning out there, and I'm not affiliated with any of them in any way. The goal is to find what resonates with you. But let's be clear, you don't have to dive into human design to know yourself better. Let's just say that right there. Coaching is a powerful tool in itself, which you've heard me talk about for the past 115 episodes. And through coaching and the work that we've been doing here, even if you're listening on the podcast, can help you explore your values, your strengths, and your areas for growth. Actually, I'm just being reminded that episode 3, I think it was, on this podcast was about values. So even if you have never done any of this work and you're brand new, you can start there and grow your own awareness about who you are and what matters. All this to say that coaching provides a supportive space for self-reflection and personal development, and it too can help you understand who you are as a leader. So now I want to talk a little bit about this shift that I've alluded to in 2027, because one of the key aspects of human design is this upcoming major shift. Now, I've been saying all year that something is changing, and this is why I think that. The world as we know it, particularly the systems and the structures that we have relied on for so long, are shifting. So instead of depending on institutions or authority figures to lead the way, we are being called forward as a collective to step up as individuals and own our power. What does that mean? It means that each of us, in our unique way, is invited to lead, with authenticity and personal responsibility. It echoes the messages that I have been sharing since the start of this podcast. So I'm glad that it will be familiar for you who have been listening. Now, when I first learned about human design myself, I wasn't I wasn't really sure how it connected to leadership. However, I quickly realized leadership isn't about just managing others. It's about knowing who you are and leading from that place of truth of who you are. And human design is just another way to understand that truth. But coaching can also get you there too. I want to be sure that I'm super clear about that here for you. So I want to invite you to think about something for a moment. And this is in relation to aligning with your true self. When was the last time that you asked yourself, am I leading in a way that feels aligned with who I really am? Am I showing up as the best version of myself, or am I trying to fit into someone else's mold? Now, for me, alignment is about doing things that light me up, like working with my clients. I have had the privilege of collaborating with leaders from diverse backgrounds and global organizations all over the world. It still boggles my mind, over 18 countries, each of them with their unique goals, their unique strengths, their unique challenges. And I get to geek out on this because it feeds my energy. It fills me up in ways that previously the work that I didn't. Along with that is this ability to be able to pivot, to adapt, and to be able to bring out my creativity. That's what makes me feel alive and in alignment. When I make decisions that feel right in my body, it's like everything clicks. That's alignment for me. But when something doesn't feel right, I sense it immediately. It's like this red flag within me goes up and it signals like something's off. And that's my cue. That's my cue to pay attention. Because I've been in environments that didn't align with my values of inclusivity, fairness, and compassion. And when that happens, I consciously choose to exit. I will say it's not always easy. It doesn't always happen immediately, but it's essential for me to do that so that I'm maintaining alignment with who I am and what I stand for. So I want to talk about this importance of alignment in leadership for a moment, because let's face it, when you're leading in alignment with your values, that is everything. That means that it feels like it's humming. It feels like it's working. It feels like you're in the right place at the right time, doing the right work. So whether you're leading a team or a project or even just yourself, alignment creates such a sense of belonging for both you and others. It's really about fostering environments where everybody can feel seen, heard, and valued. That's why alignment is so central to my work and in my leadership style. And it's so central in the work that I do with leaders because it's really helping you find your way to lead, not leading like your mentor or leading like your boss or leading like your dad or doing what somebody else told you should be doing. It's really about you finding the way that works for you, which is why coaching can be a game changer for you. And one of the tools, just one of many, human design can help you do that. So let's get real for a moment. How do you know when you are out of alignment? So for me, this shows up as frustration. It's this sense that something's off, like when you're in a relationship or a job that no longer serves you. I'm pretty sure you've probably been there. I've experienced those moments. I've worked for organizations that seemed like a great fit and later fell out of sync with who I was becoming. And in those times, I felt, these are just my feelings and they'll be unique to you, but I felt aimless. I felt frustrated and I felt disconnected from myself, from my purpose, from what I was here to do in the world. But how you feel out of alignment could be completely different from my experience. So here's where some practical advice comes in, and I always deliver you practical advice. So whether or not it's human design or whether you've thought about that or not, I would encourage you to do two things. The first one, get curious. Start exploring what feels authentic to you. Notice, bring your awareness to What are the things that feel good? What are your natural strengths as a leader? What energizes you? That is huge key. And what drains you? That's another huge key. I've talked about it before on the podcast, but you'll always know if you're in alignment by how it feels. If it feels good, you are. If it feels bad, you're not. So maybe human design can offer some insights, or perhaps it's through coaching. The point is to get curious. The second thing is to embrace change, because things are changing and they're changing fast. So the leaders who will thrive are the leaders who can adapt and grow from a place of self-awareness. The more you understand yourself, whether through coaching, human design, or any other means, it really doesn't matter, the better equipped you will be to navigate this evolving world. So I want to talk about this quote that I really, really love by John Maxwell. I had the opportunity to, oh my gosh, this seems like forever ago, but before I moved to Ontario, so pre-2012, I used to go to these leadership summits, and I've had the opportunity to listen to John Maxwell talk many, many times on leadership, and I just love him and his work. And one of the quotes that he has is, "A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way, and shows the way." But what I want to have you consider is, what if the way isn't out there in some external system or external structure? What if it's already inside you? That's what human design is about. Knowing your way and leading from that deep personal understanding of who you are, why you're here, and what matters to you. And being in alignment with your energy and the things that light you up. So as you listen to this episode, I encourage you to reflect. How are you showing up in your leadership? Are you trying to fit into an outdated system, or are you leading from your own sense of purpose and strength? And listen, I get it. I totally get it, because I have been there too. I am having so many realizations that are happening for me in real time that are connecting these dots, that if nothing else, if today is the day that you start asking some bigger questions, then this has been a valuable episode. Now, I feel personally, intuitively, that I will be diving deeper into human design in the future. But for now, just know this. The world is changing, and so are we. And I am here to help lead you through it with authenticity and courage. And the best advice that I can give you from my heart to yours is change before you have to. So with that, I want to say thank you, thank you, thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. And if you are curious to explore what's next for you as a leader, let's connect. Send me a DM, get in touch with me. You can find me in all the places and all the ways. And if this episode resonated with you, I invite you to share it with someone else who might need to hear it. And until next time, next week, keep leading with purpose, keep growing, and remember, you already have what it takes. And it can be just completely, absolutely delightful to have a guide on the side. With that, take care, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Hey, leader. Thanks for tuning in to the Who Are You to Lead Anyway podcast. I hope today's episode inspired you to embrace your authentic leadership journey. I want to invite you to join my mailing list at www.cynthiajamiesoncoach.ca and claim your copy of Your Inner Compass, a guide to charting your course to authenticity. This guide will help you understand what truly matters most to you. My vision is to empower individuals to live and lead lives in harmony with their core values, become catalysts for positive change, and navigate transitions, all while fostering connection and belonging in the world. Lastly, your feedback shapes this show, so I would be honored if you would subscribe, rate, and review. Thank you so much for being a part of this community dedicated to authentic leadership. Together, let's make a meaningful difference in this world.